The Big Daddy G Show.
Here's your daddy.
Hats off to you, lady. Good job. We'll see you in the hereafter. Viva Austin, Texas!
The Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Now type it in, take it in. Where do I begin? He's really funny and he's not really thin. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy, Big Daddy. It's the Big Daddy G Show.
Dude, you gotta try the queso with the taco meat, man. It's delicious.
Really? That's a book on how to make Mexican martinis. I've got the recipe right here. Y'all try that. Share it.
The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. Daddy's home.
Here's your daddy. Are we on? Hi, kids. Welcome to, where am I? Up here? Hi, kids. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. I have no idea what today's date is, but we'll find out in a second. September 21st, 2021. It is 7:26 p.m. It is a Tuesday, and we are we live, Tyrone? I'm not sure if we're live or we're just taping.
Yes, we're live
on
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitter.
Are we live on TV right now? No? Okay. So we're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and MeTube, and YTube, and all those.
Tell people to like Facebook, follow us,
Like Facebook, follow us, and what? Same thing on YouTube. Subscribe, and all that's, you know what to do. You know, welcome a little insanity into your home. We're here to help. And that friend of mine told me yesterday that Ronald Reagan is one of Ronald Reagan's most famous quotes, that he has never been so scared or something like that until he heard the words, "Hi, I'm with the government and I'm here to help." So anyway, he's never been the same since. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I hope that you're doing great. And today we have a guest. I can't remember her name unless I've been drinking. Oh yeah, I've been drinking. Her name is Ollie, but she actually has a real name, Eileen. Is that her real name? I think that's her real name. Eileen. Yeah, Eileen. And she's not right in the head, so she fits right in here. And so thank you for joining us. I wanted to tell you about a couple of cool things that I found today, or not today, but within this last week. One of the things, I'm looking up some stuff that I was going to text myself, because this is how I remember to talk to you guys about stuff on the show. So what I do is I text myself, or I pretend like I'm going to text myself, but I never send it. And so it stays on my phone. And so let's start, okay? First of all, I want to start with a really, really, really sad story. So if you're an animal lover, you will hate this story. But I think it's a story that needs to be told so it doesn't happen again. Here in Austin, Texas, which is in central Texas, just north of Austin, there's a little town called Georgetown. And there's a place that you can take your pooch, you know. I'm not sure if they take cats or not, but it's a place that you can take your dog, and, you know, they basically, it's like a daycare for dogs, I guess. And a couple of days ago, they had a big fire, and I believe over 100 pets died in this fire. Majority of them passed away from the smoke inhalation. So they're as stupid and as stupid as you think this is going to sound, but I'm trying to find comfort in the fact that a lot of them passed away from the smoke, and there wasn't, you know, actual fire that I know, you know what I mean. There's no way to say that, so I'm just going to say that I'm so sorry if one of your pets was at that center, that care center. I'm so sorry that happened, and I feel really, really bad when I heard the story yesterday. And hopefully, you know, it won't happen again. Hopefully, there'll be mandates where there's a sprinkler system that will go off in case there is a fire. In this particular building, they didn't have to have a sprinkler system, and so there wasn't one. And there was a fire and a lot of smoke, and like I said, over 100 people's pets passed away. So I have pets also, and some of them are farm animals, and so there it is, 75 dogs die in a fire, pet boarding facility. Officials say extremely heart-wrenching. This is the story that I was talking about, and I am so sorry for you guys that are having to go through this, and you know, please hang in there, and please Don't give up on pets. Now, your pets are, with God. And if you believe in a God, your pets are with God, and God will is going to take care of them. So don't worry about that. They're in good hands now. And so anyway, I love you guys, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And I wish I could, if I ever see you in public and you see me, please come over and tell me who you are. And I would love to give you a hug and say that I'm sorry, because I have pets, and I would just freak if something like that happened to one of my pooches. And cats. I have more cats than I know what to do with. And they're children of Satan, I tell you. They're from the devil, those cats. They're really, really cute cats. And here's a cool thing, is those cats are going to be up for adoption pretty soon. So if you need a kitten, I have got some kittens, and they're really sweet, man. They're really, really sweet cats. And so if you're interested, please write us at BigDaddyG@gmail, or write, I think that's probably the best way to get a hold of us, is thebigdaddygg@gmail, or you can call 512-916-3234, 512-916-DBDG, or you can just Google us, and all that information will be on there. So, so anyway, I love you guys, and I'm so sorry you had to go through that. And please remember, if you need a kitten, I can help. So please get a hold of us. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about, I'm going to change the whole thing here. Another thing I want to talk to you about is this really cool soap. It's like 18-in-1 hemp Peppermint Pure Castle Soap. And it's on the top, it says Heal Soap. Can we do a close-up turn? Which camera should I do? Is that good, or should I? Whoa, oh, yeah, man. You almost showed my feet. I'm actually wearing sandals today. A lot of the times don't have any shoes on. But anyway, so there it is, Heal Soul. It says Heal Soul on it. This sells at HEB for about $12 plus tax. Sometimes they have them on sale. And this soap, somebody told me about it and gave me some of it. Wouldn't give me a whole bottle full, but gave me a small amount. And I tried it, and I've been using it ever since. And I use really, really expensive soap, and I've switched to this stuff. And if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or McCoy's, they have these little dispensers. They're really cool. And you can pour this in there, and then you just kind of put some in your hand or in your towel, washcloth, and you take a shower with this. And it smells really cool. This one is peppermint, and it really, really smells really cool. And it's tingly. So when you put it on, it tingles. If you're one of those people that run a little hot, like me, my body temperature has actually, as I've gotten older, it's gotten higher, or I'm sorry, lower. I used to be 97.6. Now I'm at 96.7, my body temperature. And so you put this on, it just tingles like crazy. It's really, really good. 18-in-1 hemp peppermint soap. And they have them in different, I think they have peppermint, spearmint, and it says certified fair trade, made with organic oils. It's called Dr. Bronner's. That's BRONNER''S. Dr. Bronner's. Family soap makers since 1858. So we're not making any money. I'm just sharing something with you that, that I think you would really enjoy. So if you are not happy with your soap, if If it dries your skin or doesn't dry your skin, whatever, just try it. If you don't like it, H-E-B will take it back and give you your money back because they're pretty cool. So there. I'm going to pull, Tyrone, can we do this? I'm going to pull one of these blocks. I'm going to see if I can do this without knocking everything over. Oh, it goes on the top, doesn't it? All right, so there we go. And when Ollie comes out here, she can play with us also. You know, Jenga. All right, so let me get to my list of stuff that I wanted to talk to you about today. First of all, I hope that everything is going really great for you, and I hope that you're doing really, really good today. Today is Tuesday, I believe, and it's a party day. So, I wanted to show you something. I went to get my hair cut today, and I wanted to tell you about this guy. I've been going to him for, I guess, about 13 years now. And so, Tyrone, you're going to have to do a really good close-up here. I don't know, is that as close as you can get? Should I do the other camera? You want to take it closer?
Yes.
I can scoot it over if you want, but...
You just went to the wrong camera,
Oh, okay.
but we're already here.
Okay, so here we go. This guy's name is Faraz, and he's on Highway 183. His shop is right next to a place called, what's that burger place? P. Terry's? P. Terry's, and it's on Highway 183. And we are not getting paid or getting free haircuts or anything. The pandemic got a hold of him pretty good, and even though he's been there for 100 years, you know, he's struggling right now. So if you can throw some business his way, please do. I think men's haircuts are like $25, and he does a really, really good job. I travel 43 miles one way to get a haircut from this guy. So what is that, 86 miles altogether. So that's how good he is. His name's Faraz. Please tell him that I sent you. Maybe he'll start carrying Crown Royal already mixed by the time I get there for me. And his name is Faraz, and he's from, where's he from?
He's from Iran, but he's been in America. He's an American citizen.
Yeah, he's an American citizen, but he's from Iran originally. He's been here for 100 years. And super, super nice guy, man. Y'all will really, really like him. Women, he will wonders with your hair.
Ziba means beautiful.
And Ziba means beautiful in what?
Persian.
In Persian. So Zebra Hair Salon, Ziba Hair Salon. And his name is Faraz, really super, super, super nice guy. So check him out. And before you take me off this, I'm going to show the kids this bottle. See if I can do. I'm so sorry. Here we go. I'm just trying to get you guys to try this stuff out because it's really, really cool. It's got a lot of writing. I haven't read everything on here. It's got a lot of it on there. But, dude, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And you don't need a lot. It only takes a little bit of soap to make it, you know, to lather up pretty good. So, so please check that out. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys about this is National Hispanic Heritage Month. Viva Mexico! And now that I said that, please, I'm celebrating here. Please celebrate. Please celebrate. If you want to join me to celebrate, woo, baby. If you want to join me to celebrate, that would be cool too. Contact us at 512-916-DBDG, Da Big Daddy G, and come out and party with us, man. I was just talking to Dougie, our station manager, about going and doing some karaoke with us. And I said, we can come pick you up, you know, so you don't have to drive, have to worry about driving. And we'll go out, do some karaoke, and kill some brain cells. So, National Hispanic Heritage Month. Please have a good time. Be responsible when you're partying, and have some tequila. If you've given up drinking, God bless you, and please continue, giving it up, and more power to you, man. More power to you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, I should probably okay, here's some useless information for National Hispanic Heritage Month. Here's some useless information. I'm going to get one of those little boxes that'll go ding dong ding. Useless information. Useless information. I actually was thinking about doing like a useless, like a Bill Murray type thing, useless information, useless information, and then, tell you some useless information. So here is your useless information for National Hispanic Heritage Month. And I'm pretty sure I screwed that up, but that's okay because I'm drinking tequila. And I had some Crown and Coke earlier. Thank you, Faraz. And so here's the useless information. Useless information. You go to the restaurants and you like to eat a plate of nachos. Tyrone, can you bring up a plate of nachos? I'm going to tell you where nachos were invented. Ooh. I'm going out later. Get ready. Okay, so nachos, and Tyrone's going to get you a picture. In case you're watching, from another country, and you don't know where nachos are, it's a plate that's served in Mexico and here in the United States, and it's a really, really popular plate. And this is one example of what nachos look like. Here we go. So it's a tortilla chip, and it's got jalapenos and cheese, and they put beans on it first. It's the chip, then beans, and then anything you want, dude. You can put hamburger meat, you can put bacon, you can just about anything you want. I like mine with beef fajitas, and cheese and onions and jalapenos. I always put the jalapenos on the side because, I don't like a jalapeno on every bite. I like to kind of mix it up a little bit, so some with and some without. I like to put my own jalapenos on there. But onions, I put onions on there. Onions, Tyrone was telling me the other day that saw me piling on a bunch of onions on my nachos. I think that was yesterday, actually. I got really messed up yesterday. And, but I don't drive, so I didn't have to be concerned about that. But I had put lots of onions, and he was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why are you putting so many damn onions? Well, my dad told me a long time ago that onions were good for your blood, and that's what he had always known since he was a little boy, that he was always told that onions were really good for your blood. And so I did a little research, and turns out it's true. Onions are good for your blood. So, if if you're having, I don't know, is that stupid, blood problems? If you're having, blood issues or whatever, low protein or whatever, dude, eat some more onions. If you're mad at your wife and you don't want her, near you, eat some more onions. If you're mad at your husband and you don't want him near you, buy a gun. So these are all, little things that you can do to make your life happier. So anyway, can you go back to the nachos? I got to tell you about nachos and where they were invented. Nachos was actually invented by a chef in a town in Mexico called Piedras Negras. And Piedras Negras is it's a really, really pretty town. I've never been there, or I haven't been there yet. And uh, and there's a lot of kids that look like me there in Piedras Negras, but I've never been there. So anyway, so the guy's name, I don't remember his first and last name, but his middle name or his nickname was Nacho. And so he invented this plate of nachos, and so that's why they're called nachos. They were named after him. He was a chef in Mexico. So there's your useless information. Useless information. Does that have his name on it? What is that? Oh, there it is. Ignacio Amaya. There it goes. That's it. I can barely see the thing, but Piedras Negras. So anyway, there's your useless information. So let me see what else I've got. I've got something really important that I wanted to share with you, but I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down for you so that you can, look it up yourself. One other thing I wanted to mention, there was a little girl that was riding around the country with her boyfriend. Her name is Gabby. I'm sure you've heard the story. And I've been following this story just because she looked like a sweet little girl, man. And I feel so sorry for the family. The boyfriend and her weren't getting along. She was like 22. He's like 23 or 24. And she ended up missing, and now he's missing. And he came back. They were in Arizona or someplace out west, and he ended up back in Florida, where he's from, back at his parents' house without her. And so when the cops went to question him, he wouldn't talk to the cops, and his parents wouldn't talk to the cops. They refused to. And so, the cops were trying to, investigate the whole thing. And here is a sip for the cops. They did an awesome job. There was a family of YouTubers. They call them YouTubers, and they were shooting some stuff in West. It was in the West United States, and there it is. Telton. Is that Teton? Yeah, Telton. So anyway, so the little girl, they found a body, and they're pretty sure that it's the little girl, 22 years old, and it's just a sweetheart. Can you find a picture of her, Turn? The reason I wanted to tell you about this is because if you sense that your daughter or your son is in a toxic relationship, in a relationship that they shouldn't be in, talk to them about it. And I was talking to another friend last night, and I told her, I said, whenever you live next to a neighbor and the neighbor gets loud, what do? You close the window. And so don't get loud when you talk to your kids about this. If you know your daughter's in a bad relationship with somebody, find out what's the best way. Don't just contact, or don't just start yelling at your daughter, to get away from him, da 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 da. There she is right there. And so my condolences to the family, and golly, man, there's a video online on YouTube that you can see where her and the boyfriend got pulled over because they were fighting in the van, and the van swerved, and the cop just happened to be behind them and pulled him over. And it's like an hour and 14-minute long video, but you can tell that she's a sweet girl, and she was having some mental issues. Who isn't? But she was having some mental issues, and so please talk to your daughter, but sit down and talk to them. Don't yell at them. Don't point things out to them, and write it down on a piece of paper. Point this stuff out that you see, and hand it to them and just say, I just want you to keep this with you and see if I'm right. You know, if you see him doing this or saying this to you, you know, that's not positive, then, you know, maybe it's time to, you know, to move on. So anyway, that was a tough one, man. I've been following this story for a few days, and I sure feel sorry for the family. Well, now the boyfriend is missing, so they don't know where he is. So anyway, I hope they find him, and my heart goes to Gabby's family. So. So anyway, so that's all we have right now. In a few minutes, I have another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and then we're going to have Ollie come out and do a little interview about the Austin 48 film project. So please stay tuned. And okay, I'm getting the finger.
No, so
Yeah.
we're showing a clip of the Michael Ingalls band.
Oh, cool. All right, so we're going to show a clip of the Michael Ingalls band, and I've met Michael. I've partied with Michael. Michael is one of our family because he's not right in the head, so he's like one of our family. He's one of ours. So you're really going to enjoy his music, and we've had him on the show. I think we've had him on the show a couple of times. If not, we got to have him again. So please sit back, enjoy, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So Michael Ingalls, Austin, Texas. Orale, what's up?
There's a little thing we wrote called Charlie Brown Rock. It just feels appropriate. Thanks, y'all. We appreciate that. Big Daddy G on the cowbell, everybody. You have to have cowbell. There's a little thing we wrote called Charlie Brown Rock. It just...
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Michael plays in and around Austin, Round Rock, Georgetown, all over the state of Texas, all over the country, and they're available to be hired. If you need more information on them, just Google him, man, and he'll pop right up. And super, super professional, you know, a really, really nice guy. I spoke to an old girlfriend of his, and she said he had a really big house. He had a really, yeah. So, so go check him out. And I honestly, I did not know that I was in this particular video that I was in it. I did not know that. They never tell me anything. So anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And yes, I was playing cowbell because you got to have more cowbell. So, but anyway, so here I am sitting in the studio. We still cannot have a full crew because the city of Austin still has not changed the rules. So I believe we're on level 4 still. I'm not 100% sure. But hopefully that's going to change really soon. It seems like people are getting, you know, better and more informed. And so anyway, I'd like to bring Ollie in. She's actually not in the studio right now, but she's not too far away. And I've known Ollie for a few years. She's part of our family, part of your family. She's not right in the head, so if you invited her to dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, it's one of those Thanksgiving dinners, but everybody walks away with, you know, hugs and love and like that. So if you could please help me welcome Ollie, and then she'll tell you her real name when she gets here. Hi, babe. How you doing?
Doing good.
Oh.
Missed being here.
Well, me too, man. Me too. I was telling Ollie that we have a new idea for the show coming up, and we're going to be doing interviews in the limo, and we're going to be traveling around Austin, and we'll end up stopping somewhere and having dinner, and then getting back in the limo, and then coming back to the station. And if it's a musician, then they're going to play. If it's an author or, you know, somebody who's not a musician, then we'll just continue the interview on the limo.
I have some sights to show you.
Oh, cool. Well, I will tell you this, folks. Yesterday, I went out to eat dinner and with a friend, and the waitress came by, not my waitress at the time, but I had gone to that restaurant before, and she, this smells really bad. It's, I wrote a name or something down to show you guys in a few minutes, but it's a Sharpie, and these things.
You can get high on those things.
Oh man, it's really, really, it's a strong odor. But anyway, so she comes to the table, and my friend says, and I never stop eating, you know, and she's talking to me and telling me how she wishes, you know, we'd come by the restaurant more often, and la 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 la, and I was like, well, thank you, that's really sweet, you know, and I told her I needed a new house cleaner, you know, a housekeeper, you know, because my last one, she's now in the Austin State Hospital, which is kind of like an insane hospital.
What did you do?
Dude, I didn't do nothing. She just hung out a lot, you know. You clean and you leave, but she didn't want to leave because it's a lot of fun there. But anyway, so she's a really, really nice lady. She's a waitress there. This particular lady, and I'm eating dinner, and And she comes over and starts talking to me, and I never stop eating. So if you see me out in public and you want to come over and say hello, please do. But please understand that I do not stop eating because it happens to me a lot. And when it happens, my food gets cold. So I don't want my food to be cold. I don't like my food cold. So some food. And so I just continue eating. So anyway, my apologies now. Please understand that if you come to my table to say hello, I'm more than glad to say hello, but I will not stop eating or drinking. So there you have it. Anyway, okay, so this is Ollie. There she is. There's Ollie. And what is your real name?
Aline Harding.
Aline Harding. And you can actually Google her, and she'll pop up.
I will pop up
Yeah.
a lot.
A lot, yeah. Where are you from? Let's find out a little bit about you.
Originally, I'm from Corpus Christi.
Oh,
born and
nice.
raised.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember that. But they don't probably know that. Look, one of my dogs bit me. You probably can't see it, but he not bit me bad, but
Is it the puppy?
yeah, he's evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like that.
He's working for Satan. And anyway, so you're from Corpus Christi, and what brought you to Austin, or did you come to Austin?
I did not come to Austin directly.
Okay.
I've lived all over the state of Texas. I lived in the College Station area. I've lived in Huntsville. I've lived in Houston and Dallas and a few small towns in between.
Yeah.
This is actually the second time I've lived in Austin, but it's definitely the longest. In fact, this is now the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my adult life. So I came to Austin the first time in 2001. I was here for 9/11.
Wow.
And it was because of 9/11 that I met my future ex-husband, and the father of my children.
Right. And I don't want to say his name because that would be indiscreet.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Richard. Okay.
He does not. We do not have the same last name. Never did. Anyway, but yeah, I had to take a job, because everyone was so paranoid about strangers at the time.
Yeah.
And I happened to have a Turkish middle name, which I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
I was named after my aunt. And I was told at the time that I should change my name legally, which I was not going to do, but I did have to take it off my resume to get any hits at all.
Wow. And what's your middle name?
Dilek. It's
Dilek.
beautiful. It means, it's a noun.
Yeah.
It means wish, hope, dream, desire, will, or adjuration.
Wait, say it again.
Wish, hope, dream, desire, will, or adjuration. It is a very powerful name.
Nice. Wow. 6 different meanings.
Yes.
Well, that explains the 6 different personalities. Okay.
Only 6?
Only 6.
So yeah, I took a job as a receptionist. I was trained as a legal secretary, and I took a job as a receptionist because it was really all that I could get. And my ex-husband was trained as a Cat 5 cable installer.
Yeah.
He had been in the military, etc. And the only job he could get was a courier. So we were both working well below our abilities,
Yeah.
and he just happened to be the courier who came and picked up packages at the office. And so he came in the first day and had a long wait, and we just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. So, and then the next day he comes in and I'm really busy, and he just leans over the desk and he goes, "What do you want?" Really menacingly.
Yeah.
And I didn't even flinch. I was just like, never asked that question, which is a Babylon 5 reference. And not many people were fans of Babylon 5 at
Yeah.
the time. And he suddenly gasps.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my God, you know Babylon 5? I'm like, "Oh my God, you know Babylon 5? So it was love at first quote.
Oh.
Or love at first geek, depending on how you want to put
Okay.
it.
I want you to take a breather for just a second, and you got to pull one out.
All right, let's see.
Which anything you want. I don't know if y'all can see, but it says Texas Longhorns, and this was a gift from Aaron.
Okay.
Our friend Aaron. Aaron O'Brien, I tell you. He's a nice Irish boy.
Oh, they're trouble.
Yeah, they're trouble. But really nice guy.
I'm Scots myself, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I can do Scott. I can do what was the guy's name? He used to play Bond.
Oh, Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Yes.
Sean Connery.
Yes.
Anyway, I haven't done it in a long time, but
I'm a little
I'd
rusty
like
myself.
to present to you
I need to watch some more Outlander.
Yeah.
It needs to come back out.
Well,
soon.
I liked him in The Hunt for Red October.
Of
Awesome,
course, then he had a Russian accent,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
which
And
sounded
did you
a lot
know?
like a Scottish accent, strangely.
Here's some useless information. Useless information. All right, so here's some useless information about that movie. They had sent Sean Connery lived in I believe Spain or something like that. Might be Scotland, but I think he lived in Spain at the
That would
time.
explain his role in The Highlander.
And when they sent him the script, and he said, "No, I won't do it." And they freaked out, because he refused to do the part.
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, why won't you do it?" And he said, "Because it doesn't make any sense. If it made sense, I would do it." And they said, "Well, what doesn't make sense?" He said, "Well, the guy is a captain in a submarine, and it doesn't make sense to me." And they said, "But didn't you read the pages before that?" And he said, "I never got those pages." So they had faxed him the whole thing, but during the fax, he didn't get the first 2-3 pages. And you know how the beginning, it has the storyline of what's going to happen, or when it
Right.
happened and how it happened, and he didn't get those. But once they sent it to him, then he said, now it makes sense. I'll do your movie, yeah.
Awesome.
Filthy animals. But anyway, so he did the movie, and so there's some useless information.
Okay, you want to know some
Okay.
useless information?
Yeah, sure.
That Dr. Bronner's. It comes in several different fragrances.
Correct.
Lavender
Yeah.
on a man
Yeah.
is amazing. You would not
Really?
expect it because
Yeah.
people think of lavender as being kind of girly, flowery, but mixed with male pheromones. Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's
Lavender.
incredible. So guys,
Wow.
get the lavender.
Yeah.
Your ladies will appreciate it.
And one more time, Tyrone, can we show the bottle? I wish we made money off of this so we could get drunk more. So we could get drunk more.
Drunker.
Drunker. There you go. So, ta-da, there it is. That's what the bottle looks like. If you can't make it to H-E-B, you can buy this on Amazon. And I will tell you a secret. Because I am Jewish, I figured out that they sell this in like a half-gallon container, but it's actually cheaper to buy it in this bottle than it is to buy it in the half-gallon container. Yeah,
Really?
which makes no sense. But so it's cheaper to get them in these containers at your local H-E-B. H-E-B actually sponsors and donates to Austin Public.
Nice.
Or did it at one time, and they probably should do it again. Charlie, Charles Earl Butt, you need to donate more money to Austin Public.
Yes.
Get on it. Just write a check, leave it blank. We can fill it in. They're billionaires. They can spell it. They can spend, or they can spare a couple of
This
billion,
is true.
a couple of 100,000 million or
I
something.
agree.
Okay, so you met this guy. He came to your house or came to your work.
Yeah.
Kind of a geeky thing. He got you, and from all that came two kids.
Two beautiful children.
Two kids, and
who make me so proud and drive me so crazy.
yeah,
and
that's their job.
yeah, CG1 is one of them.
Yeah,
so.
CG1 is.
She just graduated from high school.
Yeah, she just graduated from high school.
Proud of
She's
her.
18, correct? And she just got her driver's license.
Yes, she did.
And do we have a picture of CG1, Tyrone? Maybe you can show a picture of CG1.
Find it on my Facebook.
CG1, I call her CG1 because I could never remember her name because she, like her mother, has 19 different names. So I just started calling her CG1, which stands for Crazy Girl 1. And we also have a Crazy Girl 2. And what was her name?
Bevan.
Bevan.
Yes.
Sweet girl. And she was on our crew also for a few shows. She helped out on a few shows. And but CG1 is Ollie's daughter, and really, really, really sweet girl. And I wish she would come and help again.
She would like to. So I wasn't sure. I thought about bringing her along, but I wasn't sure if there would be too many people here.
Yeah.
And plus, she's really working on getting a job.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice. Well, she can't get a job this late, can she? What time is it?
no, but she's working on.
It's 8:12 right now.
She's working on. There's one opportunity that she has to write some paragraphs about.
Oh, okay.
And she was a little timid at first, but
Yeah.
we were talking about it earlier, and she got
Nice.
really excited. I'm like, okay, everything you're telling me, write that down.
There you go.
And so now she's really motivated.
Yeah.
And then I've also assigned her the task of writing a resume. I said, you find something online
Yeah.
as a template, and you go from there.
Yeah.
And I will help you, fix it.
Here's our director going to play
Oh, you're playing for
Jenga.
keeps.
Yeah.
You're-
Hey, dude, you already put your fingers on it. Don't you have to take it?
No,
No?
that's not the rules.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, there you go. All right. Well, I'm going to do one. Okay, so Tyrone, did we find a picture of CG? Oh, I'm using two hands.
CG1?
Yeah, CG1.
Say that. I'll look it up.
Yeah, let's
We
get a
have to
picture of
use-
her so the kids know who I'm talking
You
about.
only have to. You can only use one hand at a time. Is
Oh,
that it?
really? I'm sorry.
No. I'm just asking.
Oh,
I'm asking.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I think you can use two hands.
A friend of the show, which somebody.
Hand, two fingers.
Okay, one hand, two fingers. A friend of the show who I love and miss talking to her. She used to date a friend of ours, and I won't say her last name, but her first name is Savannah. Or is that right, Tyrone? Savannah, something like that. Anyway, she's a real sweet girl, and she lives in or last time I heard, she lived in San Marcos. So Savannah, if you're hearing this, we love you, Savannah. And
There you go. Your turn, Tyrone.
And CJ's a jerk, so there. But we love CJ too. Let's see.
No, not gonna work.
Dang, girl. Making life rough. All right. Here we go. There we go. Ta-da.
All right.
All right. So, Tyrone, when you get a chance, it's your turn. I know that we have a picture of CG1 on our the pictures for the credits.
Right. There she
So-
is.
oh, there she is, right there. So that's CG1, and that's her mom. And CG1 is, as you can tell by looking at her mom, CG1 is very healthy. She got all her antibodies as a child. But
She's kind of blonde now.
yeah, she's kind of blonde now.
Yeah.
Again, she's not right in the head, and so that makes she fits in right with our family. So this is your sister. So if you're out there and you're watching and you're part of this family, this is your sister. So she just turned 18.
Yeah.
When did she turn 18?
May.
In May? Okay. And what sign are you?
Taurus. We're
Taurus?
both Taurus.
Both Taurus?
She was
Okay.
born 5 days before my birthday.
Okay. Oh wow, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So no wonder y'all are bumping because you're both.
We're both Tauruses.
You're both Taurus,
We're both
yeah.
bullheaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know the zodiac, we're talking about the zodiac signs and stuff, and Taurus is the bull.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a Taurus.
Yeah,
So-
I'm a bull in the Greek zodiac,
Yeah.
and I'm a boar in the Chinese zodiac. So I've got the horns and the tusks.
Nice, nice. All right, Tarna, you gonna come do the Jenga thing? Okay. And all right, so now that we've talked about CG1, and you also have a son that came out of the deal.
Yes.
And what is his name?
Bryce.
Bryce. And Bryce is how old?
He is 14.
14.
Yeah.
And related to Ollie, which means she's not right in the head. So, and do we have a picture of Bryce?
Probably somewhere.
Is it on your Facebook?
It should be. There should be one
Okay.
somewhere.
So we're going to show you a picture of Bryce so you know what your little brother looks like. Unless you're under 15, then that makes him your big brother. So, all right. So you have 2 kids and you live in Austin, and how many years have you been here now?
13.
13 years.
Yeah.
And so I guess you're here to stay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I drive for Lyft and Uber to make money, because being a film producer is nowhere near as glamorous as it sounds.
Yeah.
And especially in Texas. I love my state. I love my state. But so yeah, I tell people who get in my car who have just moved here or are thinking of moving here, I'm like, you know, Austin will get under your skin. It may take a little while. It can take up to 2 years, especially if you've been considered weird anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because anywhere else, you walk into a room, you're like, okay, where are the weirdos? All right, that's my tribe there, and it's kind of an us versus them.
Yeah.
You get to Austin, and everybody is their own special little snowflake, and that's a badge of honor. There's my boy, and there's my mom.
Oh, yeah, there's Ma. Hey, Ma. And what's your mom's name?
Sylvia.
Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. When are we going to get drunk again? She's Irish, right? Or what is she?
No, she's you know what? We haven't done a DNA test, so we assume it's British, Scots-Irish, with some German, possible Choctaw. Although we haven't confirmed that. We actually have 2 ancestors who were either part Choctaw and adopted by English parents, or they were English and adopted into the Choctaw tribe. But we haven't been able to find any confirmation on that yet.
Well, all I can tell you is she's got some Scottish or Irish in her because she can drink. So anyway, so there's Bryce. Bryce just turned 15.
He'll be 15 in February.
He'll be 15 in February. And what does he do? What
Plays video games and tries to get out of homework.
Yeah.
I decided to go ahead and homeschool him for this year because he adapted well to virtual school, but the schools were having problems with it. They were having technical issues. So he fell behind, and then I found out that he had apparently been falling behind before then. So I decided, okay, screw it, I'm gonna get workbooks off of Amazon, and we're gonna start back at 5th grade just to make sure there wasn't anything we've missed. And sure enough, there's stuff in those workbooks that he's like, nobody ever taught me this.
Wow.
So, and he was in 8th grade last year, and he never learned things like present perfect tense and future perfect tense.
Right.
Which, you know, granted, I couldn't tell you what they are, but when someone tells me, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember learning that. Nobody ever taught him this stuff. So I'm glad we're going back and we're going to cover the basics. And I'm basically bribing him to get as much done as possible.
Nice.
So that he can catch up and eventually get back to regular school. But with everything that's going on right now, you know, I think we're still in stage 5, aren't we?
I have no idea.
I heard a rumor we might be going back to stage 4 soon, but I haven't heard if that's happened yet or not.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
And vaccinated or not, kids can still get sick.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's with all aspects, it just seemed like the best idea to go ahead and homeschool him. And it's been an adjustment, but he's starting to get to where he's not fighting as much.
Nice.
So
well, I would like to give you some advice. My kids, when they were young, there was no such thing as homeschooling.
Right.
There was just, you know, being expelled from school. But there was no such thing as homeschooling. So I would like to give you some advice and you guys advice. If you're going to homeschool your kid, teach them how to do laundry.
Oh yeah. Oh, he knows.
You know,
he's been good at laundry for years.
I know, but there's a lot of people out there that their kids don't know how to work a washing machine. And there's a lot of people out there their kids don't know how to use the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to wash a damn dish, you know. Teach your kids stuff that they're going to need every day.
I told him last night, I said, okay, from now on, I want you to get up and make breakfast.
There you go.
Either for your Nana, because I work nights, so I usually sleep late, but either Nana or your sister, either one, you find out what they want for breakfast and you get up and you make it, because there is nothing more attractive than a man who knows how to make breakfast.
Exactly.
So.
And a little spoiled, rotten child named Bryce still owes me a banana split.
Oh,
so,
he says you owe him a milkshake.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I talked to you about a week ago, right? Or 2 weeks ago, and I told you about going to that pharmacy. There's a pharmacy here in Austin, and I don't know the name of it, but I've been there before. And but there's a pharmacy here in Austin, and it's like somewhere near down the middle of Austin, central Austin, and they have the pharmacy. A long time ago, pharmacies also had little cafeterias type thing, where
Soda
could
shops.
soda shops, and you
Yeah.
could sit down and order a burger and stuff like that, and a banana split and stuff like that. Well, Austin still has one, as far as I know, and I want to go there because the banana splits are really good.
Oh, I bet.
And I think we had burgers, and a bunch of us went, and so yeah, I
Now,
want to do that.
Enfield's Drug. I think I've seen that place over on Westland.
Is
Okay,
that it?
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. And look at that. They got how many reviews? 158, and they got 4.0.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check it out.
I wonder how late they're open.
The people were really, really nice. Closes, it's already closed, but they open at 10 a.m. So
Oh, yeah,
shakes
'cause
and
it's already
burgers,
after
baby.
8.
Really good stuff, and really nice people. And they have candies. You can buy candies. They have like all sorts of older candy,
Yeah,
that you can't find in a lot of places. So
I'll have to check
if you get a
that out.
chance, yeah, we got to go there.
'Cause I'm always
okay.
driving around and seeing all these great places to
Yeah.
eat, and then I don't have anyone to go with because most
Yeah.
of my friends are settled.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
write it down and text me, and
right, will do.
and we'll set it up and we'll go.
Okay.
As long as I'm semi-sober, we'll go.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right. So tell me. Okay. So we've got the family thing handled.
Yeah.
And your dad's passed away.
Yes, he's been gone. It'll be 16 years next month.
Okay, 16 years next month.
Mm-hmm.
And what was his name?
Roland.
Roland. So maybe you can find a picture of him on her Facebook.
Oh yeah, just look for the memorial
Yeah.
album. There's lots of pictures of him.
And he was Irish,
he was Scottish.
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 Oh, so he could drink.
There might be an Irish branch of the family. We're not
Yeah.
sure how we're connected to that, but
Did he drink? Did he like to drink?
not in excess.
Really?
He was Southern Baptist.
Ah.
So, which
So
is to say
he-
that if he drank, he didn't drink much in public.
In public, yeah. Yeah. I want to tell you this story. This is a really, really quick story. I went with some friends, and they went to a place called GameStop or Game Shop or something like that out on 183. It was actually near Faraz's, my haircutter guy. It was a store over there, but right next door to it on 183, it's on 183, and right next door to it was a liquor store, or is a liquor store. God, I forgot. I need to buy some more liquor, and I forgot I was there right there next to it. But anyway, so I'm standing there. And it's getting close to nighttime, the sun's going down. And this guy parks, and it's a huge parking lot. And the guy parks like almost a block away from the liquor store, and then walks over to the liquor store with 2 big bags in his hand, and walks into the liquor store, and then walks out with 2 bags full of, liquor. And he starts walking back towards his car. And so I stopped him, because that's the kind of guy I am. I stopped him and I asked him, I said, why did you park so far away? I said, is it for exercise? So you could exercise, because a lot of exercise people tell you park as far away from the door as you can so you can walk, and that can be some exercise. And he said, no. He said, Baptist. And then and turned around and walked back and walked to his car, towards his car.
Yep.
And so now I understand what you mean, that, but
I like to joke that my first acting training was on the way to Sunday school, getting debriefed about, don't tell them that we had a beer last night, or that we were at a, or that we danced last night, or that we were at a Catholic wedding last night, or that we know any Catholics, which is hilarious because that's my daddy.
There's Dad right there. And is that you?
That's me.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That was my favorite perch.
Wow. Dude, your dad was handsome.
He really was. He really
Wow.
was.
Red hair?
Auburn.
No wonder your mom was smiling in her younger
Oh, yeah.
pictures. She was always
Oh, yeah.
smiling. Wow. Yep. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Ollie's told me some stories about how the mom and dad met, so I'm just telling you now I get it. So I think it's your turn.
No, I think it's your turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I keep going for the ones down. Okay, can't do that one. Let's do. Ooh, look at that.
There we go. There we go.
Look at that. Savannah, look, Savannah. 2 fingers.
All right. It's your turn, Tyrone, and there's one that's just begging to come out. So.
All right, Tyrone, so it's your turn whenever you get a chance. And here he comes. Here he comes. So.
Which is a great fit. That's a beautiful photo. Like, I really enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah.
There's something cool about film. Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Oh, man. No. That was a freebie right there. That was a freebie. How much time do we have, Tyrone?
We're already over an hour.
Oh, really?
Okay, so I guess
See,
we
should have gone. See, we
gotta
should do
start
an hour and a
talking.
half show.
Yeah.
Okay, so so tell us. Okay, so Ollie, why do we call you Ollie? I'm just curious.
Because people can pronounce Aline more often than not. That it's easier for them to pronounce Ollie.
Ollie, okay.
Yeah.
I actually put you in my phone as Ollie.
Yeah.
At first it was crazy broad, crazy woman, you know, not from this planet, you know. That's when it would show up. It's like not from this planet. Okay, it must be Ollie. So, so Ollie produces what is it called?
The Austin 48-hour film
no.
project.
But what would you call that? Would it be not a project?
It's
yeah, I guess so.
It's a timed filmmaking competition.
Yeah, right.
And I produce it alongside Kara Marty.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's you try to make a short film,
Yeah.
4 to 7 minutes, in just 2 days.
Okay.
And we give each team a pair of random genres, and then they all have 3 elements that they have to include in their film. So they get a line of dialogue, which
Yeah.
has got to be verbatim.
Give us an example of a line of dialogue.
Okay, my favorite so far, it was a few years ago, was "Where did you put it?"
Ah.
Which, as I'm watching the films to find out which ones got it right
Yeah.
and were eligible, because they're very specific about contractions.
Yeah.
So if there's a contraction, they will say, okay, you know, like it's time to find out, or it is time to find out. They will tell you, okay, yes, you can use this contraction.
Yeah.
Well, the folks in HQ are predominantly from Washington, D.C., so to them, "Where did you" does not have a contraction.
Yeah.
But this is Texas. So I'm watching these films.
Yeah.
And this is after they've already made the films. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I called them up and I'm like, we have a problem. You'll know this is Texas, right?
Yeah.
Here nobody says, "Where did you?"
Yeah.
They all say, "Where'd you?"
Where'd you? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
almost every
Yeah.
film, somebody said, "Where'd you put it?"
Yeah.
And they thought about it for like, yeah, we'll accept that.
There you go. What did you? Yeah. This is Texas, and you know, fixing to, and
Right.
yeah, and yeah.
So then you get a prop.
Yeah.
And you can get a little creative with the props. So like we've had buckets in the past, and
Yeah.
and we've had people who used like a KFC bucket. Although that's problematic because if you show the KFC label, then that could be, you know, like if KFC gets mad about, hey, you used our logo.
Yeah.
But I mean, that just as an example, we didn't disqualify them automatically for that or anything.
Right.
One year they used fingernail snips, and a large portion of the films used it as a roach clip. I was really nervous when we had turkey baster.
Yeah, we have no idea what that is.
Thank goodness nobody used it as badly as I thought.
Yeah.
So, but my favorite was breakfast taco.
Oh,
and
nice.
and after you've been doing this a while, they let
Yeah.
you suggest some of the elements. And so I've been suggesting breakfast taco for a while, and then I talked to someone from HQ, and they're like, "But breakfast taco?
Yeah.
Where the hell are they going to get a breakfast taco?" And I cracked up. I'm like, "Swing a dead cat?
Wow.
This is Austin."
Yeah, that's true.
So they let me use breakfast taco.
Nice.
And then the final element is a character, and they give us either a male and female name or a unisex name,
Yeah.
first and last, and then a brief description. So sometimes it's, you know, what they do for a living, or sometimes it's just a description about what they, you know, like a rebel, an explorer, a student, something like that. So, and you can get pretty creative with that. As long as we can tell who the character is,
Yeah.
you know, that's really all that matters. But the one thing that we're absolutely, you know, there's no wiggle room is the line. You have got to get the line right.
Right.
And that's the one thing that trips people up.
Yeah.
Because the actor will think they said it right, but there's a lot of pressure.
You're right.
And a lot of missed sleep.
Right. Right.
So they think they said it right, and then you find out in the production that or in post-production that, oh shoot, they didn't say it right, or
Yeah.
the cut that you really want to use, they didn't say it right.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, it's a challenge. It's
Right.
a personal challenge, and that's really what's best about the whole project. I mean, yes, there are prizes. The films get judged.
Yeah.
There are prizes. There's a chance, kind of a long shot, given all the films around the world that participate, but there is a chance you could be at the Cannes Film Festival within a year.
Wow.
But I tell people, don't focus on that. Don't
Right.
focus on the prizes. We use local judges. Sometimes the local judges' tastes are, different than what other people think they ought to be.
Right.
Every year I'm going to have somebody who's not happy with the results, and sometimes I agree with them, but
Yeah.
that's not my place
Right.
to make those decisions. My place is to run the show and hope everybody has the best time possible and gets the most out of it. And really what they put into it is what they get out of it. So it's the challenge of finding out what you can do under pressure. And
Here's the big question.
yeah.
How much does it cost to participate?
Okay, so if you'll see on that screen right there,
Oh, there we go.
the current registration is $150 up till the 30th, and then it goes up to $175, and that's
Okay.
per team.
Okay.
So that's pretty affordable.
Yeah. And how many people can you have on a team?
As many as you want or as few as you want.
Huh.
You can have.
There you go.
We've had people sign up with just one person.
Yeah.
They're crazy. We love that.
Yeah.
But and we've had. I think I've heard of teams of like 300.
Wow.
We used to have a professional production
Wow.
company that came from Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And their team was called Ostakirky because they participated in both.
Yeah. I think it's your turn. Or is it Tyrone's turn?
I think it's Tyrone's turn.
Tyrone!
I think.
Tyrone!
No, but and that's one of the reasons why we state that everyone involved has to be volunteer.
Yeah.
Because we do have professionals, and then we have kids out of middle school.
Yeah.
So if everyone's volunteer, that kind of levels the playing field a little bit.
Play that clip.
So if you want, go right ahead.
What is it?
48. Remember how to make a 48?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's only 34 seconds. So, yeah.
Do we
that's
have to shut up when it's playing?
Probably.
Oh, okay. No,
I
go ahead
don't
and play
know.
it. Go ahead and
I
play it
don't
with the
know.
sound. Let's.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so. Yeah, I'm definitely bringing Miss Lila next time.
You have 48 hours to make a film.
Relax. What could go wrong? Don't panic.
Improvise. Problem? No problem. Now you've got it. The 48-hour film project. Register your team today.
That's cool. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
How did they come up with the 48-hour idea?
I think they got drunk.
Oh, they got drunk and
Yeah,
they said it?
Let's do it a 48-hour thing.
It's actually been 20 years since
Yeah.
the first one started.
Yeah.
I don't know the official story,
Oh, okay.
but I
That's cool.
knowing the people who first started it and what age they were at the time, I'm like, yeah, they probably got drunk.
And they're from Washington D.C.
Yeah, I think they were all living in Washington D.C. at the time.
Okay. So, hold on a second. Washington D.C. for you kids that are not from this country, that is actually the capital of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Washington D.C. It's not a state, but they're trying to make it a state.
Yeah, they're trying to make
But
it one.
Washington D.C. is the capital, and it's here in the United States. So there's some information, and that's where they're from, and that's where the headquarters is.
More or less. I mean, they've got people who work for HQ, all over the country.
Okay.
And now even our web guru is from the Netherlands. He lives in
Oh,
the Netherlands.
nice.
And oh my
Nice.
God, Wouter is a godsend. I can't tell you how many times I have hit him up at like 9 p.m. our time when
Yeah.
it's 3 a.m. his time, and I'll send him a message just thinking, okay, when he wakes up, he'll message back. Nope, he's right there on the ball, and I'm like, dude, do you ever sleep? He's like, no.
Oh, dude, I want to party. I want to party with you. What's his name?
Walter.
Walter, I want to party with you. But okay, so what kind of a prize do you win if you?
Kind of depends. I mean, we've got a software package that our best films always win. A lot depends on our sponsors. It's been very hard to get sponsors this year and last year because of the pandemic.
Right.
We did get a couple of sponsors last year, but it's been difficult to reach out to people. Sometimes, just trying to find who's got staff, who's actually keeping their head above water, et cetera. And since we're doing everything virtual, I really hoped we could be back in the theater by the end of this year. But with stage 5, I'm playing it safe. And so our screenings are going to be online. Any events will be online. I'm hoping to have a mixer, a Zoom mixer planned soon. My computer was in the shop for like 2 weeks. So I'm a little behind in all of that.
Okay.
So it's been tough, but we're still moving and shaking. We've got so our next project kicks off October 8th through 10th, and it's our genre project, which we didn't do last year because we kept waiting for COVID to end and waiting to see if things got better, and of course they didn't. So finally, Austin collaborated with San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston when we did a 4-city virtual project.
Wow.
And so this year, and we pushed it back to October. That was our main project, was October. So this year, we are actually doing the genre project again. And because we didn't do it last year, and because of everything we've been through over the last several years, we've got a lot of horror stories to tell. So horror is one of the genres. And we need a good laugh.
There you go.
So comedy is the other genre.
Yeah.
And I was talking with Mindy Raymond with TXMPA this afternoon, and she suggested that we call it the Horromedy Project.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's cute. Now, what is TXMPA?
It's the Texas Motion Picture Association.
There you go.
It's kind of a lobbyist group.
Okay.
And so they worked really hard to get the incentives back a few years ago. And
I think it's your turn, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it probably is. Mindy has been such a huge support for our project all along.
Tyrone came in and took his turn.
Here we go.
But he put something on the screen so you wouldn't see him knock it over or lose.
There we go.
So,
all right.
So we're going to keep talking, but we're going to be playing the game at the same time.
So they're going to be promoting our project, and we're going to work something out to give some benefits to TXMPA members. So if you're involved in the entertainment industry in Texas in any way, Google TXMPA, Texas Motion Picture Association, and join. I was looking on the website. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but it's very affordable, and there'll be some perks involved.
Nice,
So.
nice. Tyrone's your turn. Please leave this screen open so that people can see you lose. Okay, so I actually did I've done a few 48-hour projects. Tyrone, show the screen so people can see you lose. They want to see you lose, Tyrone. I did one called, I went down to Marion, Texas with Marla and her family and Ocho, who's an awesome guy, and did a 48-hour project with them. And Tyrone did one where he played a doctor. What was the doctor's name?
Dr. Ryan Granada.
Dr. Ryan Granada.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So here it comes. It's over. Say good. Let me
trying to figure out
my drink out of the way.
Y'all did me dirty. Loose.
Oh, man.
One finger. Y'all are screwed. That's probably good right there.
Does that mean you lose? Savannah, does that mean he loses?
Probably, but I think it's supposed
We're
to be
going
the
to keep
whole
going. We're going to
Okay.
keep going. Yeah.
Is it my turn? It's my turn or your
I
turn?
think it's your turn.
If you lose, then you can say, "Oh, Tyrone lost."
Yeah. Well, we're gonna say you lost anyway, but no matter who wins or who loses.
Ooh.
And all right, so yeah, I did one, and I've done a few others. I think I've done like 2 or 3 altogether. But it's really cool because the people that are involved in this on these 48-hour film projects. Some of them, they're newbies, and some of them aren't newbies. So you get like different, what am I looking for?
You get all levels of filmmaking on this.
Ocho has made like 4,000 films, but yet he still comes back, you know, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. So if you're looking for something that's not a lot of work.
There have been plenty of times when someone is a first-time participant, first-time competitor, and their film wins.
Yeah.
So it's really how much creativity you can pull from the experience. My first year that I was running this, the best film that won, that was the year we had the bucket as the prop.
Okay.
And one of the filmmakers came out of the kickoff and he's like, "We have to buy 2 buckets." And they're like, 2 buckets? Why 2 buckets? Just because I'm going to cut a hole out of the middle, out of the bottom of one of them, and I'm going to film out of the bucket.
Wow.
So the entire film, it was called Oviparous. If you look it up on YouTube, I think you can find it.
How do you spell that?
Oviparous, I think.
Yeah. If you want to know the name, I guess you can look it up on your website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to 2013.
Okay.
There's a button that says other years. You can go down to the 2013 website. So they.
And what's the website?
It's 48hourfilm.com/EN for English /Austin-TX. And then to get to the horror comedy, it's another /horror-comedy.
Wow.
Or you can just Google Austin 48-hour film project. It'll probably come up.
Okay.
So yeah, the entire film, the actors are talking into this bucket, and you're like, "Oh, the bucket!"
Yeah.
You're on the edge of your seat because there are a lot of people who like to turn these films, whether they get horror or not, they try to turn the film into a horror movie.
Right.
So you're like, "Oh, something's going to be jumping out of that bucket any minute, and you're going to do a jump scare, and it's going to take you out of your skin." So you're on the edge of your seat the entire time until the very end. You find out what's in the bucket, and I am not going to spoil it, but you're like, "Oh, you're so cute."
It's your turn.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, so if you guys are interested, you can look at the website, and dude, you'll have a good time, man. I've always had a good time, I mentioned the name Marla from time to time, and she's part of our family.
Another crazy woman who fits in so well.
She's not right in the head, and she has a bunch of kids. They're not right in the head. So they're a chip off the old block type thing.
Oh.
If I do this, will I get it? Oh, baby.
Yes.
Oh, baby. I just want Tyrone to lose. All right, so I got to take a drink because this is going to be a tough one. Thank you, Harding Corona, Austin, Texas, Highway 183 North, for the second best to mine, Mexican martini. Hey, Tyrone, can you go back to the screen here because we want to see you lose.
A friend of mine gave me a Mexican martini recipe.
Okay, here we go. Hold on a second.
Yes!
Tyrone, can you get in here and play the Jenga? Come play the Jenga with us. Come on now. Oh. Dude,
yes,
there's only
really
one
only one on the bottom.
On the bottom. And this is Texas and Longhorns. Can you see Longhorns on that
Yeah,
side?
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so folks, please don't hold it against Tyrone that he lost at Jenga. He's not right in the head. So
Or any of us.
yeah.
Though. I might get lucky.
Oh,
might get lucky.
dude,
You might get
it's
lucky.
over, Tyrone. Ah! Woo-hoo-hoo!
So what did I say?
Yeah, Django! All right,
Oh.
there you go.
More for G.
No, I'm not picking him up. You're crazy. You're crazy.
The one
But
with the youngest knees
we'll
picks
pick him
up.
up.
I
We'll
think
pick him
that's
up later.
you.
We'll pick him up later. So, anyway, so yes, Tyrone lost at Jenga. So yes, folks, you saw it here. So don't let. I wonder if we could play. We can't play Jenga in the limo
No, no.
because
that wouldn't work. Okay,
unless
so,
we put it on a thing that, you know, that's an idea. Okay, so I'm sorry.
so
Go ahead.
An interesting bit of useless trivia.
Okay.
After
Useless, useless information. Okay.
I had when we were talking first thinking about the genre project, I
Yeah.
had asked HQ, I'm like, can we do horror and comedy?
Uh-huh.
And they're like, yeah, but we're gonna need a logo for it. And I'm like, ooh, okay.
Nice.
So I using logos of the past, inspired by that, I came up with a logo and a color combination and everything, and so we went with that. And apparently the city producers in LA
Yeah.
were so intrigued by the combination that they're doing a horror comedy
Wow,
project
nice.
a few weeks after ours. Now
Nice.
here's the thing. Okay, there's a cap for the genre project. There's a cap for only 30 teams.
Yeah.
Okay, we so far have 7 teams.
Yeah.
With last I checked, 4 on deck that haven't
Okay.
finished registration yet. So we have as many as 11,
Right.
perhaps. Last I checked LA,
Yeah.
they had 20.
Wow.
So, I mean, I love the LA city producers.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, this got my Texas up.
Nice.
So come on, folks.
Yeah.
We gotta get this moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more. We need to show LA who's bigger, better, badder.
There you go. Well, one thing I'd like to mention is that I had a great time in the last one I did with Marla in Marion, Texas, and Ocho. I had a really, really good time. I was very, how do I put it? Very normal, I guess, when I went over there. I was really normal because I hadn't been drinking because I drove there, and it's like
A long way.
it's like 60 miles from Austin, right?
Yeah.
It's like 60 miles from Austin.
There's twists,
And I
there's
drove-
turns,
yeah.
there's deer.
Yeah, and I actually, I actually had to pull over on the side of the highway. I think it was I-35. I don't remember, but I pulled over on the side of the highway because I forgot to close the back door. So one of my doors, the back door on the passenger side, was open the whole way back to Austin. So, yeah, and I looked on the dashboard and I was like, how come it didn't tell me, door ajar or something like
Yeah.
that? And sure enough, it said door ajar. So anyway, so be careful. But if anybody out there needs an actor, I would love to help you with your project as an actor. And so there you have it.
Boo! Is this funny or horrific? I think that's in the eye of the beholder. Or, in the pen of the writer. Or in the direction of the director. Or Anyway, you know what? It can go either way. Just like our horror comedy project. Coming up October 8th through 10th. See ya.
What was that stuff on your face?
Well, okay, so like I said, my desktop computer had died.
Yeah.
It had died. It was this continuous blue screen of death. So I had to send it in to get fixed. And fortunately, it was an easy fix, but
Yeah.
it took a lot of testing before they figured out that it was an easy fix.
Yeah.
So I running out of time, and I'm trying to get the news out that, hey, this is going on. So basically all I had was my cell phone. And I'm like, all right, well, I've got to do something interesting
Yeah.
for this, something creative, something scary, something comical. And I had just been to Lush, which is my favorite beauty store. I'm not a big beauty care person.
Her hair is purple, by the way. You don't adjust your
From a
color on your television. Her hair is purple.
Yeah. So.
Can I do something? I'm going to interrupt you for a second.
Okay.
Here's some useless information. I'm sorry we're doing so much useless information, but here's some useless information. The guy that played the Pink Panther, I don't remember his name, Chief Inspector Jacques.
That was the character's name.
Chief Inspector Jacques
and I'm totally drawing a blank myself.
Yeah, I think it's Jacques Clisset or something like that. Peter Sellers?
Yes.
Peter Sellers.
Yes.
See, drugs do help your memory. Peter Sellers was so afraid of the color purple that he would not act in a room or a play or whatever if there was the color purple in it. So check it out. From what I understand, none of his movies have the color purple, anything color purple in it.
See, I've got 2 shades of purple.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty hair.
Thank you. I decided to go goth during the pandemic.
You done good.
You know, thank you.
Let me ask you. I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to close up because I think we've been on for like an hour and a half now. But the other question I wanted to ask you was, are there rules? I mean, because babe, I'm bringing this up for a reason because you got to play fair. Okay, there's no cheating. There's no, you can't use film that you shot 2 years ago, right? Okay,
you can use music that's been pre-produced.
Okay,
but you have to have a license for it.
Yeah.
There are websites where you can download a license for Creative Commons music. But this is the live music capital of the world,
Right.
and I encourage our team members to find people who can do original music, or
Yeah.
at the very least use music that they've composed in the past. So,
Right.
Use Austin musicians. And you can have stock photos. But yeah, all footage has to be filmed during that
Okay.
period. All writing has to be done during that period. You can come in with ideas,
Yeah.
but you can't write them down first.
Okay. And have you had people that have tried to cheat before?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay. So they don't want those people. Okay. They want people that are honest and people that are going to play fair. Okay?
This is not an
So-
in-it-to-win-it competition.
Yeah.
This is a personal challenge.
Yeah.
So it's like a marathon. You
Yeah.
know, you don't always run a marathon to be the first to finish.
Right.
You run a marathon to see if you can finish at all.
Right, right.
And how far you got if you didn't finish.
Right.
So all the films that are submitted, even the late ones, will be screened.
Right.
There's a certain time period that we can accept them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll all be screened. They'll be screened online on a website called Eventive, which is not perfect, but they have really stepped up to the challenge and the demand of a pandemic film festival.
Okay.
So they check more boxes than any other format in any other platform that we've seen. So yeah, and I've still got to finalize when the dates are going to be, et cetera, for the screening.
Yeah.
Which is something I will do now that I have my computer back. So,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, it's
So there are rules.
There are rules.
And you can't cheat, man, because that's not fair.
No.
So don't cheat. And if you're a cheater, my number is 512-916-DBDG. But no.
the truth shall
yeah,
come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, Ollie, is there anything else you want to mention before we get off the air?
Yes,
Okay.
we do have some good news
Okay.
because the pandemic has made it kind of difficult to work with SAG in the past. We've always had a SAG agreement in the past, and we did get it worked out last year.
1 second. What is SAG?
Screen Actors Guild.
Ta-da.
So usually the Screen Actors Guild
Yeah.
does not want their actors working for free.
Right.
But our rules state that everyone has to work for free.
Okay.
So we've always had an agreement with them, and
Yeah.
it was a little late coming last year, but we
Yeah.
got it just in time for our project in October. And then this year we assumed that it was going to last a year, but apparently it didn't. We didn't find that out until it was too late. And then our actors tried to get in touch with SAG, and everybody's having labor shortages right now. So it was really, it took a long time for anybody to be able to get any responses and find out, hey, is this agreement still in place? Will we get another one, et cetera? And some of the answers to those questions even I don't have, but the one thing I do know is that the agreement has been approved.
Okay.
So we can have SAG actors again. In June, the official word was we couldn't have SAG actors. But for the next project, we can have SAG actors again. So that's great. And SAG has always been very supportive of us.
Yeah.
And so it's just the only reason that there was any problems was because trying to get a hold of people
Right.
when everybody's staying home and just our infrastructure with everybody being on cell phones or on the internet, sometimes connections just could not be made.
Right.
And we've all survived a great ordeal
Right.
the last couple of years, and the fact that we're still here is kind of a reason to celebrate.
Exactly.
So I'm not blaming anybody or anything like that.
Right.
We've all had hard times, and I'm just really glad that we have this good news that yes, the agreement is back in place, and we can move forward.
Awesome. Well, since you talked about all the struggles that we've been going through, Tyrone, can I get a close-up of this? I wrote something that I'd like for you guys to look up if you get a chance. I don't know which camera we're going to be on.
Probably this one.
Tyrone's probably smoking outside. Okay, so this is a doctor, and she's a real doctor, that I want you to look up and Google. There's a video on TikTok, and it's got Jesse Ventura, the ex-governor, and her having a conversation. So it's Dr. Rima E., and I spelled the name over here, but I ran out of space, so I spelled her name back down here at the bottom. So it's a little interview that she did with Jesse Ventura, and I believe the interview it's about 10 or 11 years old. And when you see the interview, you can also Google her and go on YouTube, and you can find videos of her where she speaks about stuff that's going to happen in soon. And this particular video was like 10 years old. So it was really interesting to me, and since you're part of my family, I figured it'd be interesting to you. So watch it and see if you learn anything, and see if anything makes sense. It might make sense to you. So anyway.
I wonder if she works for The Simpsons.
Could be. Dude, she could be. No. She's a real doctor, and so if you get a chance, please look her up and then make your own decision. So that's it, folks. We're going to go get something to eat and something to drink. The reason Marla, when I went to go do the 48 with Marla and her family, the reason I didn't drink, Marla, is because I drove there. So I do not drink and drive, and please do not drink and drive.
Call Lyft or
yeah,
Uber.
dude, you could hurt somebody. So please do not drink and drive. Dude, call a damn Uber or Lyft, and Ollie will come get you. If you're lucky, she'll come get you. So she's come to get me before many times, let me tell you. So please do not drink and drive, and we will see you next week on the Big Daddy G Show. Can I get you to say you're watching the Big Daddy G Show?
You're watching the Big Daddy G Show.
All right, dude. All right, thank you very much, and we'll see you kids next week. And peace. Love you. Let's go get drunk.
Amen.
Okay. Bye, kids.